Hi guys, and welcome to All About the Philippines. Now, here's another news article from filipinotimes.net. Now, you might remember recently we did an article about overseas Filipino workers and the dangers they face when they go overseas to many countries, but especially to some Middle Eastern countries. Well, this one here today is another news story, but it's more of a warning for Filipinas who go to another country to be with a man. And this sort of thing can happen and does happen. There's been cases of murder recently in the US where Filipinas have gone there and they've married a man over in the US and they've been killed by that man. I know there was two in Texas just in recent months. So this is a real big warning to Filipino women who some men might be targeting to get them to their country and take advantage of them in ways that are very unscrupulous. So in this particular article, it's a Filipino woman and her son treated like slaves by Wisconsin teacher. So you'll see in the story there, 46-year-old high school teacher in Wisconsin, USA, is facing criminal complaint for allegedly enslaving a Filipino woman and her son. Mandarin Chinese teacher Christian Mothershead was charged last week with 2 counts of human trafficking and a second-degree sexual assault, a report by New York Post said. Mothershead has posted bail after his arraignment. The offence carries a 90-year imprisonment. The Newport Post said the teacher denied any wrongdoing and described the allegations against him as lies. According to the report, the accused met the Filipina woman on a dating website in 2017. He travelled to the Philippines and stayed in the country for 3 weeks. The man then convinced the woman to go with her to the US with a promise of giving her a better life. So obviously this guy is very good con man, and he's gone there, faced up to her and convinced her that he's a decent man, all this sort of thing. But when she got there, she found out that he wasn't all that he had promised to be. So the news article goes on and says the mother and her son arrived in West Alice in November 2018. What greeted them was a miserable life, the complainant said. In the complaint, the victim said that they were brought to the man's home covered in garbage and spoiled food. They were threatened that they will not be fed if they will not clean the house. The woman also told police she was raped on the night that they arrived. The report said the mother and her son were forced to clean the house for several weeks or they will be sent back to the Philippines. The boy was ordered to sleep on a mattress without sheets on the floor. They were also not allowed to watch television. Based on the complaint, the woman sought help from the police and lamented that she felt like she was trapped and a slave, the report added. So, according to the spokesperson, Milwaukee Public Schools, mother has been placed on unpaid leave while the case was on trial. So let's say they've been charged, but he hasn't been convicted at this stage. There's going to be a court hearing on it. But this is really just a warning to all those Filipinas that are looking for Western men. Yes, there are some good Western men out there, but you've got to be really careful. Now, I know in this case it'd be very hard for her, the Filipina. You know, he's done all the things that you would think is okay. He's gone there to the Philippines. He's got to know her. He's probably seemed like a very, very nice man. But maybe take that little bit longer to really get to know them. You know, let him come back 2 or 3 times before you go to his country, because you just don't know if he's really conning you or not. And in this case, yeah, I agree, it would be hard to detect because on the surface he's a school teacher. He seems very nice. He's come to the Philippines, all that sort of thing. But always have a backup plan if you go to another country. So the Filipinos going to US, Australia, wherever they're going to, India, whatever, always have some sort of a backup plan where you can contact relatives and have maybe a code word you can use so it can't be detected by anyone else except for the people that you want them to know you're in trouble. So you might, send them a message with that code word, and then they can alert authorities in your area that you need help. Always let people know, if possible, where you're living when you're overseas and what you're doing, and have regular times when you're going to be contacting your relatives back home. I hope the Filipinas out there are just going to be a bit more careful before they go racing off to other countries. And this is a bit of a warning around that, son. And it's also a warning, I guess, to the Western men out there who might be using Filipinas in this way. It really annoys me that some of these Western men, they think that because the Filipinas come from a third world country, that they can treat them in a way that's not deserving, in a really poor way. And I think that's got to stop. We've got to stop that. And by putting this out there on social media, I hope that it does make people think twice before they go and do this sort of stuff, because this guy here could be facing quite a stint in prison, I would imagine. Okay guys, thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on notification bell to get more videos. Share the video with anyone who may enjoy it and all your networks. And thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate your support. Take care and bye for now.